I always love the story that in sort of the famous house that Facebook started in Palo Alto, that like Facebook was not the only company they were working on, right? There was also that peer-to-peer file sharing thing, right?
Sure.
But I mean, Facebook had sort of launched at Harvard at least in I think February of '04, right? And so they're working in that house, that subsequent summer. And just, I find it very interesting that sort of, call it 6 months later, it was kind of not obvious that like Facebook was the thing to be working on, right? As you're kind of pursuing multiple ideas in parallel. And sort of similarly, with Stripe, even once we built this little prototype that we thought held some promise or whatever, it wasn't like obviously a great idea or anything, right? And so what we actually went and did was we came out to the Bay Area that subsequent summer. This was for us in the summer of 2010, and just decided to kind of work on Stripe as our kind of bootstrapped internship. And then over the course of that summer, basically, and again, I think there's kind of maybe a lesson here where, I think a lot of really good ideas really don't seem particularly great or big upfront. Again, certainly speaking from personal experience, Stripe did not. But over the course of working on it that summer and sort of thinking about it and so on, we kind of came to shift from sort of thinking about it merely as this nice little tool for developers that kind of makes their lives easier initially, which is kind of what we started out with, to kind of realizing that, well, when you sort of survey the broader landscape, it's not just that it sort of sucks for developers to have to sort of integrate payments initially into their website or service or whatever, but that like the whole edifice is broken, right? We came to appreciate that sort of what we thought was kind of this little pond was actually kind of this much larger ocean. And so basically that summer we kind of made two decisions to drop out of school, or as our mom continues to prefer we call it, to take a leave of absence, and then secondly we had to go raise some initial money from Sam Altman and Peter Thiel and Sequoia and a couple of others.